breaking news that leads your bulletin. The mother and stepfather of Poppie van der Merwe have been sentenced to life imprisonment for her murder in the North Gauteng High Court. They've each received an additional 10 years for child abuse to run concurrently. Let's get you the very latest on the story now. eNCA's Mia Spies joins us on the line. Mia, it's always incredibly heartbreaking to cover a story like this. The details in court laid bare. It must have been very difficult for those gathered there.
Well, Michelle, this court case has been dragging on for so long, so the feeling that most of us had, including the family and the journalists who've been following it since the start, was utter relief. As you said, lifelong sentences and an additional 10 years for both Louisa and Kobus, that's the mother and the stepfather. The judge were very stern in his sentencing. He said they both showed a lack of remorse and that child abuse cannot be tolerated. He mentioned before he handed down the sentencing that the perpetrators should be removed from society for a very long time. And then, of course, he handed down with those two sentences afterwards. And naturally, emotional scenes followed in the courtroom.
So, Mia, who of the family was present in court there?
Well, Michelle, the court wasn't so full. There was a lot of organizations against children abuse, but Poppie's grandmother was in court today. She's been there throughout, and she said they are so relieved. She was very emotional. And what stood out today is her father, her biological father, was usually there, but her grandmother Carla said her biological father Christo was not there today because he is going through a very traumatic time, and he just couldn't handle it anymore, and he didn't come to court today, so he wasn't there. But she said she gave him a call as soon as the sentence was handed down, and that he is extremely relieved. She said it's not bringing back her granddaughter, but it helps to know that they will be going to jail for life.
Yeah, absolutely. A bittersweet moment, I'm sure. Mia, just for the benefit of our viewers who haven't perhaps been following the story so closely over the past months or so. So this post-mortem report revealing that little Poppie succumbed to several blows to the head. She was beaten, kicked, thrown around. And these incidents took place between September 2015 and October 2016. What did the court hear about why no one was alerted during that time?
Exactly, that's what Judge Bum also said today. It's so shocking because this 3-year-old and another boy was abused for such a long time. They also showed that although she died due to a very hard blow to her head, that she had more than 25 bruises on her little body. That's what the post-mortem showed. So that's also a reason why they got this sentencing today, is because it happened over such a long time. And a very important fact is why the mother didn't get help earlier. So she said she was scared of Kobus, the stepfather, and that is why she didn't get help. So there is an organization in court today, the Go Purple Foundation, and they said that they are pursuing a case against all the other role players, such as social workers and organizations who should have stood up against this, but they didn't. So that this isn't the end of this case. We might see some court cases or some further action against other organizations and other role players. And then also they have shown that they will be appealing both Kobus and Louisa's legal team. So it's not the end of this case. It's been dragging on for long, but we'll still see a lot of it.
Yeah, holding to account the people who should have defended this little girl who really could not defend herself. Mia, before we let you go, the couple also found guilty of abusing van der Merwe's Poppie's brother and stepsister. Where are they now, the brother and stepsister?
Unfortunately, we can't say too much about the brother or the stepsister just to protect them. They are underage children. The grandmother told us how it's going with them and so on, but they don't want us to elaborate too much about this. They've been through a lot, all of these children, and especially with the court case, there's a lot of media attention on them. So they would just prefer just to live normal lives as far as possible and not get involved or share too much about the other kids. She is a mother of 4, or with Poppie, so there's a lot of kids involved, and this obviously had a very big impact on the whole family, including the children.
Absolutely. Well, thanks very much for that update on this incredibly heartbreaking story. eNCA's Mia Spies on the line to us there. Breaking news leading your bulletin now. The mother and stepfather of 3-year-old Poppie van der Merwe sentenced to life in jail for her murder. They also received an extra 10 years each for child abuse to run concurrently.